Yeah, you made it lock in. Court lights flicker, I'm feeling that tip-off fever. NBA dreams spin tight like a crossover sleeper. Fourth and inches in the cold, crowd breathing like smoke. NFL grit in my voice when the pressure get woke. Engine scream through the night, that F1 razor. Lines cut clean, turn sharp like a hometown savior. NASCAR drift in my blood when the pace gets wild. I talk speed like a veteran, move calm like a smile. Legends born out of sweat, out of heartbreaks echo. I break plays down smooth, call the game like a maestro. Every lane that we touch, every story we show, this is where the truth runs. The Not Bland Show. Fast, race, whole crowd froze. Big drives, deep shots, watch the moment explode. Every angle hit heavy with a champion's glow. Step into the kingdom, the Not Bland Show.
Lock in.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Not Bland Show, and let's get locked into today's episode. I am super excited to have Travis Shumake on the show. He's going to be doing something really cool coming up here at the Arizona Nationals, even though it's going to be hotter than the devil out there. But what he's got going on is going to be extremely cool. And looking forward to talking to him all about that. Look, you guys know the drill. Make sure you like. If you're not subscribed to this show and you're lurking in the background, come on in and join the family. It's all good. Everybody's lovely around here. And make sure you're sharing this show as well. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We're going to have a great conversation with Travis Shumake coming up right after we do our due diligence and thank our sponsor, Drag Race Bracket Bonanza. If you guys didn't catch the Drag Race Bracket Bonanza Top 10, you can go back and watch that on last Tuesday's episode. And we will talk a little bit about the winners from each category coming into this Arizona Nationals from the Gator Nationals. And then we will talk a little bit and rehash a little bit of our top 10 as well here at the Not Bland Show Drag Race Bracket Bonanza League. Well, without further ado, we will take this break and pay these bills, and when we come back, we'll have Travis Shumake.
Drag racing fans, check out Drag Race Bracket Bonanza. It's the free, family-friendly fantasy bracket game. Now, after final qualifying at every national event, you can fill out your bracket for all the pro classes.
It's free, easy to click on your picks. If you need some help, just hit the randomizer button to fill in the blanks. It's for fun, stay engaged, and pick your winners today.
Travis, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. It's been a minute since I've talked about drag racing.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you're actually going to be out here and able to drive. May not be a top fuel car, but this whole nostalgia funny car thing is really cool.
I mean, I'm tired of just like blow drying Julie Nattis's hair. Thank God I got a job again. It has been 12 months since I've been inside of a race car. So yeah, I'm very excited about the category that I'm in. Yeah, it's not top fuel, but I didn't even want to be in top fuel when I started racing. So it's my dad would always say, I'm just happy to be here.
Full circle moment here. Back in a funny car. How did all this come about for you to have this opportunity to start out here in Arizona in a nostalgia funny car?
Yeah, well, I think it's a lot of it is all full circle, as you mentioned, but Del Worsham was heavily involved in my decision-making process. Nice. My longtime relationship with Fry's Food Stores in Arizona, which is the largest Kroger brand in the country with 250 stores across Arizona. I grew up shopping there. They've been sponsoring me from the beginning. And basically the conversation was, you can always race in Phoenix, but you have to be in the car. So earlier in the off season, we're playing it kind of felt like I was on a reality show. First it was Survivor, then it was Deal or No Deal. Then it was The Traders. I've been through some stuff this off season.
Right.
But Fries was basically saying, no, you can't put the logo on Matt Hartford's car. No, you can't sub in Ida. It has to be you in the car. So Dell and I were talking and mathing backwards, and he was like, well, you have a nostalgia license. And that's what you wanted to do forever. You wanted to be in a funny car. You drove my funny car. You know, this is where you wanted to be. So why don't you get back into that? And so during Gainesville, we were dialing up people in the staging lanes, hopping around trying to figure out what kind of deal I could put together to get on track in a nostalgia funny car. And then in the past 11, 12 days, not only has it become a one race thing, it's become something that I'm very much excited for, you know, indefinitely.
Yeah, I mean, take a look at this car, guys. Like this is just classic. Absolute classic. If you want to think of an old school funny car, this is it. It looks like a Hot Wheels car to me.
It looks like a Hot Wheels car, and I didn't even wrap. That's hand painted. It was already all there. I just slapped a Fry's logo on it. I mean, Dave Benjamin has always had kind of a red, yellow, and a lot of yellow usually, and blue. So this is a hand painted, gorgeous car. I just throwing some overlays on it.
Yeah, man, that is absolutely beautiful. And this whole thing about your dad being honored here, and that will be in Pomona. How special is that? And the fact that not only in Pomona that'll happen, which I believe I should ask, how many races are you doing before I get into all of that?
So I've confirmed to do 3 nostalgia races to start the season. The Heritage Series runs just like any other sportsman category. And when you're going to a national event, you need to have those points to make it. I do not have those points. So the March meet happened, and there was a shit ton of funny cars, and only a couple of them got invited to come here. Yeah. And I just showed up and was like, I'll drive. Like, that's not how it works. So I kind of retroactively or reverse engineering this. Yeah. So we will be racing, hopefully, Pomona at another, again, the national level, but Boise, Idaho. So I'm a Western Arizona family. So my family's been begging for years to go to the other Firebird. So I was able to check that box, but I'll definitely be competing in May in Idaho. And the goal is just to keep adding from there.
That's good. That is, and to get to where I was going, how special is this to be in a nostalgia funny car, and in Pomona, your dad's going to be honored there. Lot of rich history with your father, and you to be able to now be back where your heart is in a funny car has to be special.
Oh, I feel 2 inches taller than the 6'4" I already am. Just to the excitement and that this is how it's supposed to feel. Phil Burgess was blowing me up in January on the phone, and I was ignoring his phone calls. And I remember, like, I just wish Phil Burgess would call, to get to a point now after 5 years where you're like trying to hide from Phil Burgess. It's not about your top fuel schedule. I need to confirm you will be physically there in Pomona because we're honoring your dad. I'm like, honoring him for what? And so then he told me the story. You know, just like we did in Charlotte, they had the 1000th top fuel race, and everyone was there to get a picture of their cover of National Dragster from that 100, 200, 300. My dad won the 100th funny car race. We're now at the 1000th funny car race. And unfortunately, everyone's alive but my dad. And he just, you know, will you be there to get it? You're so hard to get a hold of. And I was like, I'm just ignoring you because you want to know my race count, my top fuel schedule, and I don't want to put a quote out yet. So then I call my mom and my sister, and both of them to be like, I don't understand why what is this? And I'm like, there have been this many races. He won this one. And I don't think at the time in 1981, because I certainly was not alive. I know you all think I'm 29, pretty close. I was definitely not alive when my dad won Atlanta at the first Southern Nationals, which was the 100th funny car race. They didn't really count it that way. So it's a big moment for us to have this moment come full circle, particularly for my mom and my sister. You know, I have my own story in drag racing. Susie Shumake and Heather Shumake lived their lives as Tripp Shumake's wife and daughter. And now they're adjusting to being Travis's mom and sister. But this moment's really about them. I wasn't at that racetrack. I wasn't even a glimmer in anybody's eye at that point. So I'm excited for them to have that moment. And the fact that I might be in the water box in a replica paint scheme of the car that won the 81 Southern Nationals, I don't think anyone saw coming, including myself. That's a plot twist for sure.
It is. I was likely 1 in 81. So Yeah.
So you do that birthday math like I do. I likely wanted.
Yeah. Definitely don't know anything about that. I'd had to look that up myself. Pretty cool stuff that they're doing. That a lot of great things that the NHRA is doing over this 75th season. Um, why the change from funny car to top fuel? Was it just easier, or what went into that move to top fuel?
Yeah, I think now that I'm going back into a funny car, it's easier to talk about. But we all know I hit a wall in a funny car. I think if you're just tuning in for the first time, picture it, 2022. I'm making passes in a funny car and I'm doing great. I get my Nitro funny car license. Alexis DeJoria, Cruz, Pedregon, John Forrest, Dell Worsham. And then Dell's like, well, you paid for it. You want to do another? And there I am, just a cocky motherfucker driving down the racetrack. And I go to reach for the parachutes and I hit the wall. And it messed with my brain. And also, I was coming into this sport with an important family legacy and a little to no drag racing experience.
Yeah.
And I wanted to take the time to step away and properly learn. There's so many paths you can take to drag racing, but unfortunately, with my father passing away and me being able to fundraise and learn about sponsorship so quickly, you can only get the Kroger check if you're in a funny car or a top fuel car. You can't get it in Super Comp, which is where I probably should have started.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted and needed to take that step back, not only for earning the respect of my colleagues and my peers in the sport, but also my self-confidence, because I did not know that I was about to hit that. I mean, I was like, I've got this. I did not have this. I should not have been driving a 320 mile an hour funny car into a wall in the shutoff area. I needed to take a little bit more time. And that's why I spent that season with Randy Meyer in A Fuel, where I got to spend so much time with Julie.
Yeah.
Which led to the purchase of my top fuel team. So I think that was the departure from funny car to top fuel or to top alcohol was me understanding timing and awareness, along with earning the respect of the 35 million drag racing fans that are out here that I don't want to think that I'm some kid who just thinks he can drive a race car, because I proved I couldn't at 320 miles an hour. So yeah, I think that's why we took that step.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And with the top fuel team, will that top fuel team be out at any point this season?
So
maybe IHRA race?
At a what kind of race?
At an IHRA race?
I'm not going to say something controversial, but I might as well, because that's just not my jam. Julie says it the best. It's like, well, we didn't really sign up to do that when we made our dreams as a kid.
Yeah.
I have an IHRA trophy. That's my dad's IHRA trophy. My sister won't give me the NHRA Wallies. I have the IHRA Darlington trophy. I just think at this point right now, what I'm trying to do is more specific to the category and the league that, I'm good on the IHRA. And I'm very excited for my friends and my peers that are doing that with their dragsters.
Yeah.
I have been to those events and supporting Jasmine. I've been out there to watch it. I just think my time's better spent in the NHRA, which I'm sure will come back to bite me in the ass later that I just said that. But I'm good on the IHRA of it all. Good for them. I'm good, happy for my friends.
Yeah, you're being honest. I mean, I think I had Ida on the show, and she said the same thing. She's focused on the NHRA and chasing her dream over there, and there's nothing wrong with that. I kind of liken it to folks who clamor and are asked, "Hey, why don't you go to AEW and wrestle?" Well, no, I want to go. I want to be a WWE superstar, right. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just being honest. And your dream and your focus is on the NHRA, and that's okay. So will that top fuel team
does a lot? I mean, sorry to interrupt there, but
no, go ahead.
There's a lot for me and a lot for other drivers, and I just want to prioritize a league that is doing things for me specifically. I know they give their drivers ice and dinner. That's very nice.
Yeah,
I'm very grateful. I'm so glad my friends get a steak over there. But the NHRA has invested in me. They financially invest in me. They subsidize some things for me to make sure that I'm able to build the brand that I'm building in Top Fuel. And it would be irresponsible of me to turn my back on that. And more also in the schedule wise, they're in North Carolina. I got that Fries money. We are racing in Phoenix. So
I get it. And I also understand that, it is really cool that the NHRA takes the time to uh, invest time into people who they believe in and believe in the brand that they're trying to build. And I think that that is something special. Could you tell us a little bit about how that has been kind of a catalyst to keep your spirits up and to keep you moving forward and chasing your dream?
yeah, the NHRA understands the value that I bring to our sport, not only as a second generation driver, which several of us are, and several of us there are third generation drivers, but kind of that I'm a unique asset, if you will, living in New York City, right? I don't know. That's Wall Street. I live in a high rise from the 1800s on
Amazing.
Wall Street. I'm the tallest guy we got. And I got some other lifestyle choices that are intriguing. That they understand the value and what I bring to the future of our sport, and they've just always been great at supporting that, but also never like giving me anything more than anyone else. I assure you, there's never been a
Right.
level up. But if they can help support me with something they do, or help tell my story in a media outlet for the growth of our sport, which they've done such a great job with our female athletes in the last few years, we just need more new eyes and new dollars in our sport. And I believe, minus I've had a little bit of a slump here in sponsorship in Top Fuel, that we're proving that case for support. That people are talking about drag racing because of all the different unique players that are entering the game.
Yeah, I mean, let's not shy away from something that is special. Everybody deserves to be represented, I believe, because only then do people think that they can do something by seeing someone that is just like them. Um, how special is you for you to be able to bring in and get new eyes really on the sport from I'm probably gonna mess this up, but the LGBTQ plus community.
There you go. It's been great. It's the last time I feel like you and I talked about this, I was like about to do it. Now it's been 4.5 years.
Yeah.
It's been really cool to see the growth and representation across motorsports, and also to I had to play that card because it's the coolest card I had. Otherwise, I'm just not Jordan Vandergriff. I'm what's a random 40-year-old guy in our sport. I'm Steve Torrance and I are like 12 days apart in age. What's your differentiator that thinks you can pop in here and grab a Procter and Gamble sponsorship and a Kroger sponsorship? And I for the betterment of both my career and our sport, I felt it's appropriate to play that card. But it all started with the representation.
Right.
I gravitated towards the female race car drivers, particularly Lori Johns and Shelly Anderson when I was a kid, because they were different than everybody else. So if there's somebody out there today that's like, that Travis guy has a lisp, he's weird, I think I might like, but at least I'm welcome in drag racing because they let that weirdo drive a 330 mile an hour dragster. I think that's what matters. And I believe we've checked that box. Like, I assure you, if you were to call me some of the derogatory terms that you call my people, there'd be 10 top ranked drivers in our sport kicking your ass.
You'll get these hands.
So I think I go here now is the phrase I've been saying. Like, I go here now. I fit in, and I had to, for a lot of people, maybe break a boundary that they weren't used to or get to know over the last few years. But again, it's mostly about that next generation or the decision maker. And I at some point, I'm sure I'll be choosing my words as they're coming out. But major sponsors who have joined our sport this season and help expand teams have already said to me that, like, we are doing this because we feel this holisticness because you're here. We have a gay kid. We have these major decision makers you run into at Gainesville and are like, hey, keep it up. No, we ain't going to sponsor you, but we're here because we feel the whole vibe. And it's important that you're here. And that's nice. When your buddy's sponsor tells you that that you were a part of that decision, that feels cool.
Yeah, it really does. And I am a big, being a black man in America, I understand the fact of having representation. I think that is the only way that any form of sport grows. So when you made this track towards the NHRA, I was like, you know what? Damn right. Let's go. That's how it should be. And it also gives people a view and kind of kills these stereotypes of folks and allows them to be like, they're just like me, instead of the other stuff that we go to all the time. So I think what you're doing, the courage that it takes to step forward and be that person for your community is huge, and I think it's very special. And now you're going to be doing something even more great, I believe. And being in this nostalgia funny car is going to be absolutely insane. Seeing you be able to run the quarter mile in one of those old school cars, that is awesome.
I'm most excited to get so dirty. So I don't know if anyone follows along at home, but I made Impact Racing go out of their way to make all white gloves and shoes. Because I was like, well, now that I'm in front of the engine, I might as well stand out like a 70s Formula One driver.
Right.
I have all white. I got a white headstock. Sean Reed has been wearing the white headstock a little bit, which I messaged him. I'm like, hey. That's my throwback. Everything I own is white. It's going to be a dirty weekend at the racetrack, which would be awesome. I can't wait. I actually went to Indianapolis and got, packing up stuff. And I'm wearing all my dad's vintage race car shirts. And some of these are some of these are 60-year-old t-shirts. Not just of him on the shirt, but of teams that he worked on.
Yeah.
I just felt like it's the most appropriate. I don't need to wear that Shumake Lululemon. I want to be in a funny car pit. The trailer that we are operating out of this weekend is built before I was born. So it's going to be a different experience, which I've been wanting my whole, I'm going to be doing what I grew up knowing my dad did.
Yeah.
So I want to have 2 matching Travis trailers with the glamour shot on the back. A trailer from the 81 Southern Nationals that's got a Dodge Ram towing it and 2 easy up pop-ups. But luckily, Fry's Food Stores gave us some good groceries, so we'll stay hydrated out in the Arizona heat.
For sure. If y'all follow Travis on Instagram, y'all already know that his his fashion game is like second to none. So he's going to be bringing all his A game with the dress when it comes out to the racetrack.
I just want to set a precedent, just like we talked about representation mattering. It's okay to wear white at a racetrack because now we got Dawn Power Shot, we got Magic Erasers. Everyone wears just like these terrible black clothes, and you're like, I'm good. Like, okay, a little bit of tire here. I feel like Connie Worsham and the Force Girls are the only people that show up in not black. And I was like, well, I want to wear not black.
Exactly.
So, you guys, the tire marks will come out in the wash. Stop wearing stupid black t-shirts.
It does. I can attest to that.
Yeah.
I can attest to that. It does. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Too much black, like it, and it. Most of the time that we're racing, it's in weather that is very warm. Like, what in the heck are we doing? You're in a fire suit, and then you're walking around wearing black all day. Like, come on, let's do something else. Wow, this is awesome, man. This whole thing with the car.
Yeah.
Do you know how many changes that as far as like colors and design for each? Will it be a different design for each race or just for the Pomona race?
I think that's all kind of TBD. I think the changes to the car are most important are my safety and my comfort and the weight. So tomorrow I'll arrive in Phoenix probably before most people see this tomorrow morning. I'll get there in a kind of overnight flight from New York City.
Nice.
And we're going to start reconfiguring that car. So the folks at Coletta, Chad Head and Aaron Cave have already been, we're going to make sure that you're comfortable and most importantly, safe in this car. I'll do a test pass on Thursday, which is there's not much testing on Thursday, but Nostalgia Funny Car. So if you hear a car, it's me, to make sure I'm ready to go down the track on Friday in the heat. So it's mostly the reconfiguration. I think the focus is, I mostly do a lot of my own wraps and decals. It's one thing my dad taught me was, vinyl. So kind of towards the end of his time in my teen years. So I'm actually going to wrap. We have the Fry's Top Fuel Dragster that Julie Nattis and I are wrapping tomorrow night in Phoenix ourselves.
Wow.
We're going to put all the old overlays on ourselves and all the decals. But sticking with, at least for Phoenix, the red, blue, and yellow. The Johnny Loper Little Haas throwback for Pomona is the goal. If I can afford it, right? I'm trying to make sure that I make sense. But I think we'll just stick with the Little Haas wrap until future notice. But but obviously got to find funding. I grew up always saying, I wish that car that had no logos on it someday found a sponsor. And then I found out the cars with no logos on them are just rich people. I'm not a rich person. So like the Johnny Loper throwback car, well, he dead. My dad's dead. Ain't nobody paying for this car.
Right.
That's the thing is like, well, the cars with no logos forever. I was like, I just hope they make it. They don't need to make it. They got money.
Right.
I do not have money. So if you're looking to sponsor a nostalgia funny car for the whole season, I know a guy. It's 10% of Racing Top Fuel. But again, I will be in my car this season in Top Fuel for sure. And it just, as the off season kind of unwound and rewound between shifting of teams and focus, and it just wasn't the right time to turn that car on and to have the expectations as a scrappers tuned Top Fuel car for most of my career that I would have the performance I'd had previously.
Yeah. And what about when that car comes out? What about team people who are working on the car, tuner? Are you able to grab some of the same people, or will that end up being a different group?
New group. Yeah. So,
okay.
While Jasmine and Adam and Scrappers focus on her growth and team, when I became a scrapper adjacent junior, Mike was running 300 to the 8th. There were 4 tuners. We were building Jasmine's career and mine at the same time. And the right choice right now is for them to focus on Jasmine.
Right.
Instead of me always being like, can we go to Phoenix? Stop. It's your own life, bro. So, I think it's definitely amicable, but more of it just makes sense for them to focus on that. And then I need to focus on me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool though. I really hope that we do get to see you in the Top Fuel car. Is there ever a chance that you might actually go back to funny car?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're on that trail. Dell and I are plotting, which we do a lot.
He's a good plotter.
He's a plotter. He'll call me up. Just the amount of times I've accidentally had to send Del Worsham to voicemail because I'm on a New York City subway. Like, where did I get in my life where I'm clearing out Del Worsham? I'm like, no, you're my childhood hero. I want to answer. I want to talk shit, or I want to strategize with you, but I'm in a subway train. But yeah, I think, funny car seems like where I wanted to be. Dragsters were a natural progression. So I'm excited to see how this goes. And I'm taking it round by round. I hope that we are safe in testing on Thursday and that we are comfortable doing qualifying on Friday. I would love to live out the dream that I promised the Heritage Series, that I'll go to 3 races, but that's only going to be if we feel safe and comfortable and that the performance is there in the car.
Yeah.
And then I also definitely want to get back in my Top Fuel dragster. So I'm open to every opportunity, but being in a funny car feels pretty right. Yeah, and then it's just easier for Julie and I. We're just we're intermixed. Yeah,
that's awesome. Great Instagram stuff from you guys at Gainesville. That was hilarious, by the way. But I'm very.
I think the goal is every weekend some wild Julie and Travis content.
Some shenanigans.
Yes.
I love it, man. I'm super excited for you this weekend. Being able to do this, you having an opportunity to get some funny car racing for 3 races here. People, if you're gonna sponsor anybody, he's your guy. Like, there's so many reasons. Like, just jump on board. Like, come on, man. Do something. I want you guys to give him money so he can live out his dream. And, man.
Just being here talking to you is living out that dream. I tell you what, being a part of the 75th season of the NHRA, and we just did the math that this is 55 years of a Shumake in a funny car. Obviously, there's a big old gap in the middle. But the fact that, of this sports timeline, that I just get to be a part of this, from being Jasmine's friend in the grandstands to all the steps of my life so far. Just bananas that I still get to be here and representing my family and keeping that legacy alive. And at my home track this weekend with a guy that used to race against my dad. So that's cool. My owner and crew chief used to race against my dad. So that's awesome. Pretty cool.
Wow. Everything full circle for you. Travis, we will be in touch for sure. I would like to have you back on after your experience here with the Nostalgia Funny Car. I thank you for taking the time to come on the show, man. This was absolutely incredibly fun to talk to you. tonight.
My pleasure. If you're going to be in Phoenix, come out to the track. I got air conditioning for you. I'll find it. Don't give up. We sold out this race like 5 years in a row. We're going to do it in 108 degrees. That's good.
They're going to be there.
Yes.
They're going to be there. They will turn out for sure. Safe travels.
Thank you.
And hope you have a great and comfortable test. And let's get that thing qualified.
All right.
Travis Shumake, everybody. That was fun. And that's what this sport is all about at the end of the day, right? Building, living out dreams, chasing those dreams, and it's a never stop. And isn't that with every sport? Whether it's football, basketball, baseball, everybody has that thing that they want to do, that they've been wanting to do ever since they were a kid. And they chase it and chase it and chase it. And sometimes you never quite catch it, but it's still fun, right? I mean, I'm doing this and I have no degree. I've been chasing this thing for a while, and each and every year it grows. So it's important, people. Don't give up on the things that you love and you want to do, because you never know who's watching. That's all I got to say, because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for someone that just so happened to see what I was doing. And now I'm the director of content for Sports Journey. Crazy. Absolutely and utterly crazy. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll kind of look over the NHRA and IHRA schedules. Dave W. will likely have up-to-date counts. I looked at those counts, and I don't think those are actually up-to-date from what I was getting from Dave W. But we'll talk about all of that when we come back after the break. Talking Funny Cars with Buddy Hall. You can watch all those episodes on the YouTube channel. You can watch them on the NHRA's Fast channel. They will be starting out, I believe it's going to be an Indy, and fitting to have Buddy Hall as the commercial. Buddy will not be in Arizona after that big time burn and explosion there for him. They are taking the time to regroup. They do have things in body and all that on the way, but in order for them to completely get the car back together and be properly prepared for, Arizona just wasn't in the cards, and not the smart thing to do to rush to get that thing back. So I would assume they would be in Pomona. And that's an assumption, but I think they will be ready in Pomona, and I don't blame them for taking that time to take the time to really get the car back together the way that it should be and be ready for Pomona. Then rushing it out here only creates more problems, especially if you're rushing. Likely you're going to miss something. So, man, you guys absolutely have to go to sportsjourney.com. We put up some of the great shots, and I understand our site has ads now, but that's how we pay the bills. I'm sorry about that, but it is what it is. We got to pay the bills, and that's one way we do it. I know it's annoying. It annoys me too, but it's just all part of it. And check out the shots through the lens of Frederick Warner here, Sports Journey photographer for myself and the Not Bland Show. Check out those shots. Really cool stuff to see things through his lens, pun intended. Yeah, we are doing the best that we can to chase it, right? We're getting real close to locking down some real good stuff here. Each and every year it just keeps getting better. Well, we look at the NHRA real quick. As a matter of fact, no, we'll do that last. Let's go to the IHRA real quick. Dave W. probably has better counts than I do from what they have on their site. So those of you who are find this a little bit difficult, when you go to the IHRA site, at the very top, it says home, drag racing, pulling, power boating, stock car, bull riding, concerts. Click on drag racing. Then you'll see the little montage in the background. At the top there by the IHRA logo, you'll see news, events, race results, and watch races. Go to events. You'll see the events list. Click on the event list. Then the window will pop up. You go down at the bottom. You'll see who's registered. I know there are more fuel altereds. I know there are more funny cars, I believe. They are short on the Mountain Motor Pro Stock, but I'll just give you some of the names in funny car. Bobby Bodie will be out there. You'll have Dale Creasy, Dave Gallows. You have obviously Dell will be out there. Jack Wyatt, Jacob McNeil. Really happy to see that kid get out there and get into a funny car. It's been a long time coming for him. He's been through a lot of ups and downs to get to where he wants to go. Was able to get into some pro mod racing. And now it's going to be out here in a funny car. Excited for him. Jody Austin, you got Joseph Haas, Paul Smith, Robert Gilbertson, and Terrence Haddock. So really good stuff there. Dave W's in the comments. He says full fields except for Pro Mod that he is aware of. So every category except for Pro Mod has full fields. I'm excited about the 25 Mountain Motor Pro Stock cars. That's out of all of what we have, I prefer Mountain Motor Pro Stock over NHRA Pro Stock. Nothing against NHRA Pro Stock because I do like it, but it ranks on my top there. I'm very excited to see all those that are coming out. I believe everybody wants to know where Camry Caruso is. Well, that's where she is. They have dug their feet in, and that's exactly what they're going to be intending on doing. You have some familiar names on here. As we talked about, Camry Caruso is on here. We have also a guy you might remember, Vincent Nobile. Remember him? Yeah, he's going to be out there in Mountain Motor Pro Stock. So that's going to be exciting to see him back. I got Jerry Tucker out there as well. So some names. And again, 25 Mountain Motor Pro Stocks going for 16 spots. That's fun. That's fun. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, Pro Mod it's in its own little zone though. I love Pro Mod. Doesn't matter what it is. So, but I do. When you're talking about the pro stocks of the world, Mountain Motor is the top for me. Some names that Dave W has. Spencer Massey is going to be out there. Jasmine, Lex. You got Scott Palmer, Gary Pritchett, Kyle Stattenstein. I love that car, by the way. That's the cat car. Lee Cowie, and there are more in Top Fuel. I'm excited that there are full fields, and it's going to be tough sledding. You got 8 spots, so I'm going to be watching. Let's see where we at. Top Fuel's at the bottom on this list. I'm going to be watching several. I want to see. Let's see. Scott Palmer had a little bit of struggles throughout the season, and I believe at times Lex was his kryptonite. So I'm looking forward to seeing Gary Pritchett getting some laps as well. Seeing that Scrappers team continue to develop and better themselves as they continue to do a little bit of both NHRA and IHRA racing, and some new pipe coming out for Lex. So I think that with that new car, I think some of the tunes that Gerda likes, I think they'll react better to new pipe. I don't think there'll be much of a misstep. Of course, it's getting used to how that car, wants to react in increments of the track. But I mean, it's an A1 operation, and I think you got one of the best tuners in the business. I'd put her with, all those Rob Flynn. Rob Flynn was not the problem. All those, they're right there. So they will get that car down the racetrack. They will be in the show, and it's going to be a really, really good show. I'm looking forward to that. All of this quick rod. I have it on in the background, and I don't know why. I have the tendency to watch a lot of the quick rod, the hot rod classes. I don't know, super stock, super rod stock. I don't know why I watch here IHRA versus NHRA, but yeah. So tune in. Where are we going to be broadcasting at, Dave? I believe it is going to probably be between Speed Sport 1, Speed Sport 2. You will probably still be able to watch it on their YouTube channel. And like I said, on the website here, it has a tab that says Watch Races. So you have the broadcast partner, social media, and the YouTube channel there. So if you can't find it, you can find it by going on the website. So hopefully I explained that well. You said, so just to be clear, IHRA Nitro class is running. They are running eighth mile. I believe he misspoke. I think it's 1,000 feet during the Triple Crown. That's the only time you'll see 1,000-foot racing. All the others will be eighth mile. Only for Triple Crown will that change. He said you mentioned some of the former. It's coming out to Carl Tasca is on the list. Really? That's a name too. I'll take it. Go be some names out there, guys. He's got Joey Severance, Jackie Frick, Rachel Curl, Megan Smith, Rich McPhillips, Jamie Noonan. Dude, Top Alcohol Dragster is going to be stacked. And we already know that Top Alcohol Funny Car is also going to be stacked with players as well, being that I believe they only had like 4 of those funny cars there. It looks like you got a DJ Cox is there, Ryan Stack, and I'm sure this is only showing 9 drivers, so I think there's going to be more than that. I don't think everybody's up here. Who's in Pro Mod? Pro Mod, you've got Bubba Green, Cameron Hensley, I guess that's Chevy Rivas, Craig Sullivan, Dave Malloy, Doug Winters, Frank Fulter V, Gregory Blivens, Santos. Jacob is also running in Pro Mod. He's running in Funny Car and Pro Mod. Randy Weatherford and Robert Davis. It says 12 drivers. I don't know. I'm assuming there will be more. I think there's a Outlaw Pro Mod. Outlaw Pro Mod only shows 2, but we already know that Tricky Ricky will be there in Outlaw Pro Mod. So there's your names right there for Pro Mod. So there will be is Party Time gonna be there? Party Time? Yes, he is. So that's gonna be fun. I'm happy to see him out there. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? The money is right. Looking at the NHRA here at the Arizona Nationals, beware, ladies and gentlemen, the start times for the classes have changed. We'll be starting Pro Stock at 9:30 a.m. on Friday. So you will have that. The pro classes will run Funny Car and Top Fuel start at 10 a.m. and then 12:30. Then you will have them on Saturday at 10 a.m. as well. You'll have the Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge. And this is your Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge competitors. In Top Fuel, you got Josh Hart and Antron Brown. You got Doug Coletta and Maddie Mania. In that. Wouldn't it be crazy if she comes out and wins the Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge? I mean, tough competitors in here, right? But her car is absolutely consistent. But we're also dealing with probably a hotter racetrack than we saw in Gainesville by a mile. So it'll be interesting. You got Chad Green and Jordan Vandergriff, J.R. Todd and Alexis DeJoria, 2 force cars within that. Could be an all-force final. We'll see. And in Pro Stock, you got Matt Hartford and Dallas Glenn, Greg Anderson and Erica Enders. Look at Erica back in the Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge. I don't know, guys. Do you feel like after what you saw in Gainesville, do you feel like that team is back? Or is it to be determined? I mean, I'd say let's see. Let's give it a quarter. Let's give it 4 races, and we'll come back and revisit it. In your Top Fuel here for the Arizona Nationals, you got Cameron Ferre is going to be out there. I think that's the only name. Jaron Mott, that's another name out of West Valley City, Utah. So those are the 2 names that may be new or that you don't see very often, but everybody else is the same. I think we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. 15 Top Fuel cars. So everybody's getting in. I think I counted that right. 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, 15. Funny Car, I think it was 16 or over 16. You got Dylan will be there. He's been at a few other races last year. They ran. They'll be there this weekend at the Arizona Nationals. Got Jason Rupert that's going to be showing up as well. And I believe that's it. That's the only new names. I think there's a good 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We got 17 funny cars, so there will be a bump spot. Somebody's gonna get to go home early. It's a plethora, or as Brian Lones would say, a bumper crop of pro stock cars. Let's see. I don't think there's any names. Well, Joey Gross will be out there. Chris Vang will be out there as well. Stephen Bell. That's about it as far as new names go. Let's see what we got. You will not have Pro Stock Motorcycle if you're not aware. No Pro Stock Motorcycle. There are no alcohol classes, so just Pro Mod, Super Stock, Stock Eliminator, Super Comp, super gas, top sportsman, and top dragster. So, going to be an interesting weekend for this race. It really is another race where I felt like the Gator Nationals was a toss-up and was anybody's race, and this is going to be similar. You're defending Arizona National champions from last year. Sean Langdon coming in, winning last year. Paul Lee was the winner of the Arizona Nationals last year in 2025, and Greg Anderson was your winner for last year. People who have the most victories here: Tony Schumacher, 5; John Force, 8; Bob Gledden, 5. It's funny how most of those names have not changed. It says a lot about like how hard it is to win consecutively. I think John just flat out like dominated. So yeah. So that is that for your Arizona Nationals. I don't really have any picks because I don't think the picks matter. Let's see here. 13 Outlaw Pro Mods so far. And yes, get your tickets, man. Come out to the event if you're able to in the area. It's right there in North Carolina, Galot Motorsports Park, or the artist formerly known as Galot Motorsports Park. Get out there and enjoy the event. It's a whole different vibe from what I understand. I am going to do my due diligence. I am definitely going to be at the World Finals in Atlanta for the NHRA World Finals there. I will be making that. I saw that she's coming back to Pro Mod. It's good to see her back. I think she would do well over there. She had a bad experience. And I'm happy to see her back in it. She did run the Winter Series, but yeah. yeah, sure. Yep, Joey Gross. Yeah, your hometown guy. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Blake says he would say that Erica Enders is back. He said, I would not be surprised if Erica wins a race soon. They definitely are keeping pace. Last year, they were way off the pace of anybody in KB, and they definitely are keeping pace. So that's important there for them, and I'm excited about that. So really cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's our drag race. Winners for each individual class, and we will start right at Top Fuel. Top Fuel winner for your Gator Nationals was JoJo, 33 points. Second was 32.936 points. JoJo was your overall winner in Top Fuel. Going to Funny Car, TJ at 36 points was your winner. Second, LV, or I'll just say Liv, was 32.946 points. So a pretty decent gap there for him. Possum was third. He was your number one spot for the 2026 overall season. In Pro Stock, it was Dylan Nitro, 4,200 was your winner, 35.921 points. He wins by a very small margin. Number two, KRW1 was 35.815. Tight race for Pro Stock. And in Pro Stock Motorcycle, your winner was LDDK 24 Fan, 32.906 points. And that was a close margin. Milliken Fan in Michigan, because it's MI, was 32.817 points. Ridiculous. Really close. We'll go to our Drag Race Bracket Bonanza, the Not Bland Show League. As you can see there, the new code for the Not Bland Show League is just simply Not Bland. So if you want to join the league, we have made it easier. Thank you to Drag Race Bracket Bonanza for making that special code for us. And tell a friend, come join the fray. Dave's at the bottom for right now, so enjoy it while it lasts. As we said earlier, our number one leading this season is Drag Race Girly 99, 75.67 points. You got Whoop Ruse, WPRUTZ, 73.668 in number 2. Memphis Lonnie. Did you hear me? Memphis Lonnie, number 3, 69.565 points. The guy who couldn't get out of his own way last year, and he's sitting third after 1. Pretty good spot. Nikki is in 4th place with 67.477 points, and rounding out your top 5, it is the Nitro Performance Guy, 65.727 points at number 5. I am sitting in 6th right now. We're only doing top 5 though. So great season so far, start to this season, and we're gonna look and see how this goes for next year, this 2026 year. Will it be Dave again to win? Will he pull, one of those, switch teams and, didn't win the first race, but we went and rattled off one and won the championship? We'll see. Should be fun, though. Don't forget, Arizona Nationals is your next race. Make sure you're paying attention to when the brackets are opening and closing. The brackets will open Saturday at 5 p.m. And it will be an early race time. And remember, if you're on the East Coast, I believe that is 3 hours behind. So make sure it's better when it's behind that much because it gives you time and you don't have to get up super early to do it. Just don't forget, though, these deep races like this, we have the tendency to forget. It comes up on you so fast. It says, look for NHRA beer guy out there in North Carolina. Yeah, that would be cool. We'll keep an eye on him. Definitely. No, he's not going to stay down there. He's not. We can only hope. And that's not, I wouldn't bet on that. Not one bit. Well, for the NHRA, should be an interesting weekend. For the IHRA, it's going to be a very interesting weekend. I think you have a plethora. You have a full plate, ladies and gentlemen, of drag racing that you can watch. And don't sell yourself short on this stuff, man. Don't. I probably will have 2 things going at once like I normally do. But I probably will have the IHRA on the big screen, and I'll put NHRA on the smaller screen because I'm really excited about the start of this season for the IHRA. So, let's support it all. And if you can get out there to Galot Motorsports Park, then please do so. The more the merrier, and it's a different fan experience as well. So you'll get a little bit closer. Seems that drivers are a little bit more personable. Not saying they aren't in the NHRA, but seems to be a little bit more of a relaxed atmosphere. Probably more relaxed on qualifying day, less relaxed on race day. That's usually how it goes anyway. We all understand that, so it is what it is. Well, with that said, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but it is bracket season for the NCAA. So I don't know if anybody does that. I do. We usually have a league, and I jumped into another league this year. I came close last year. Was not 100% like super good at it last year for my picks. I don't know. Do you guys do random picks, or do you guys actually go through? If you play, do you actually go through and pick each one? Because I go through and pick each one. You can do the randomizer, but I think that's less fun. Next week, we'll probably get into a little free agency, a lot of turnover in the NFL for teams. There are a lot of new faces and new places. A lot of teams are setting themselves up for a comeback. I look at the Washington Commanders and the moves that they've made to solidify their defense. You see some teams getting wide receivers and getting picks for people to start their rebuilding process. So the draft will be coming up in April. I believe it is the weekend of the 23rd of April. So that is right around the corner. But until then, we do have, I don't know if you guys watch UFL, but that will be coming out as well here soon. So a lot of sports. Baseball's going on. I really don't pay attention to baseball unless I'm at the ballpark. So it is what it is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you made it this far, we thank you. I want to thank Travis Shumake for taking the time to come on the show. It was a pleasure having him on the show. He's a great interview. I really enjoyed it. She says, I'm really... yeah. But beating up on the family, that's funny. That's funny. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Again, make sure you share this show with a friend and continue. Support is great, and I thank you for that. Until next Tuesday, you guys be good. Stay warm for one more day if you're here in the South. Hopefully it's for everyone. And we'll see you next Tuesday. All right? Later, guys.
Every lane that we touch, every story we show, this is where the truth runs. The Not Bland Show. Fast lanes, fast breaks, whole crowd froze. Big drives, deep shots, watch a moment explode. Every angle hit heavy with the champions glow. Step into the kingdom, the Not Bland Show. Fast lanes, fast breaks, whole crowd froze. Big drives, deep shots, watch a moment explode. Every angle hit heavy with the champions glow. Step into the kingdom, the Not Bland Show.